Hello, welcome back. Last time I cleared Parapa Palace and made the journey to the water town of ZALiA, which is where I am now. Although the palace didn't turn to stone, and now I have an idea why. I'm gonna come back there in a moment. First, I want to try a different audio set for today. Maybe we'll just try like one per day or something. There was one in particular I wanted to try. So yeah, sticking with NES-like, let's see what this one is like. Let's start with that. Also, I have no idea what this means. It's something I can toggle during the game and not like a save file creation, so... let's see if I can tell what this is just by going out here. Whoa! So that's a... okay. I understand what you're doing. Stylistically, that's just a little bit too much of a shift for me. But okay, I understand. Maybe I'll try it more at some point. Okay, so, ZALiA, let's first just explore the town. Eyes of Ganon are everywhere, but you are not one. If I kept talking to you, you'd turn into one, though. Subway station. Interesting. So this is going to be... I don't actually know what. Wait, Mido? 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 Oh, this like loops around, I see, I think. I'm actually kinda like really not liking this interpretation of this music. Well, I'll stick with it for now, but this one's not doing it for me. To ZALiA, yes. Ah, but what is here? So that's Rauru. Okay, I'm gonna go to Rauru for a second. There's something I want to do back in Parapa Palace. Okay, so I'm in Rauru. Get candle in Parapa Palace, go west, yes. You're the one who teaches me shield. I guess, let's see, this is the west end of town, so I can leave here, that's fine. So, in the first room to the west, after going down into Parapa Palace, there was a passage up high that I saw and then forgot about. And I need to return there with candle and jump, which I now have. So let's do those things. Oh, I want to check... torch lighting, stab. So now they won't just light themselves and I'll have to stab them, and I think I actually like that better as an idea. That's the way it worked in the room when I first got the candle. So it's weird it didn't stay that way. But it didn't. Alright, yeah, this music set, something about it is just disagreeing with me. Let's hear what the palace sounds like, and then I think I'm gonna change. Why is there no combat music? There was in the cave, just that one didn't play the... Anyway. Still gotta go through all this, which is fine. Theoretically, this will be the last time, unless this leads to another thing I need another different key for. Right, I didn't stick around ZALiA long enough to get a life spell. That's fine. I could hear where, like, that's where the music loops, and even in the lead-in, it didn't quite, connect perfectly. That little slide was nice. The, portamento or whatever. Okay, so it's only kinda dark here. I can see the Stalfos now. There's a torch I can light. Oh, I can stand on those. Okay, so I don't actually need the jump spell. Oh, so candle alone would have been enough for this. Whoop! Whoop! Okay, so... what's going on here? What? Okay, anyway, I've heard enough of this. Sorry, Steel Crescent. What the heck is that? How about this interpretation? It's the same... well... Most of these are same melodies, different instrumentation. So something must have been going on in that room. It dropped me back to the beginning, which was odd. Maybe I want to light all the candles. Yeah, okay, and I've put this in hard mode by setting the thing to oh, that's slightly more than 2 tiles tall. I see, that's why it's weird to jump on. Anyway, I don't need to be up there. So I think I get what's going on. Light all candles. This little minigame zone, and something will happen, maybe. Okay, let's just go methodically. There we go. Hey! Is that going to finally give me... Whoa! Palace has a map! What? Okay, Palace has a map! I didn't even think to check. Because why would I? Whoa! Look at this fancy thing! I'm gonna die here. Possibly. Yeah, this is a super... Oh, I can... No, I can't stun lock you. You're doing, like, great Palace stuff. Your jump, fortunately, is high enough to... Okay, sure, that's fine. I'll restart in the same room. Okay, this is neat. I like this a lot. So the Master Slime. We're doing a hunt here. So, let's get serious about this. Yeah, you're doing great Palace stuff. You're like part Firebird, part bot, and a big jumper. But yeah, your jump being as high as it is actually helps me because it means that when you randomly decide to do it, you're not just gonna bump into me instantly and kill me. That's what makes the bot so deadly when it's around pits. This one's actually more of a fair fight. This is cool. Gonna wait for you to jump, because I know you will. Woohoo! At attack 2, clearly I just don't have like a whole lot of power to deal with you yet. Okay, let's go here. There we go. I did it. Slimes equals 1. Alright. I killed the king slime. And clearly there will be more. Yeah, once again, this is 4.5 tiles tall. That's just so uncanny. Alright, cool stuff. So now the palace will petrify, I suspect. There was another place that is not as clearly a secret, but maybe, and I want to return to it. That would be in Tantari Desert. So, I'm gonna guess you can't be Red Iron Knuckle in this palace. I'm pretty sure you did not petrify yet. There may be more in there then. Ooh. Oops. Alright, this works a little better than NES Plus, this soundtrack, I would say. Alright, I'm just gonna play careful. For once. Whoops! Sure I am. If I die, it's fine. I still have an extra life, and I'm in a place where a game over is perfectly acceptable. I might get to a magic level before that happens, though. Yeah, so see, you're much more dangerous, because you can just decide to jump whenever you feel like it. So I have to be very careful in my approach to you. Yep. The bits do jump, right? Bot certainly does, but none of those bits seem to. I'm pretty sure the behavior is the same, though, between the two. Yeah, so this is abnormal, right? No, interesting. So that actually just gives me... Whoa, the rocks are over top of the options screen. So that actually just gives me overworld music there. I guess the fight music is only for when there are actually monsters around. I'm gonna do my fix. And last time I tried that, it did not fix the timing. Maybe it made it better. It's hard to tell. Just that severe slowdown. Need to remember to do that fix when I start. Okay, I would like some healing. This is like completely inappropriate instrumentation. That just makes it extra funny. Wow. The tone just like absolutely does not match, but that kind of makes it great. Anyway, so Tantaria Desert. You have a screen of interest. Still overworld. Why is that? It wasn't like this before, I thought. Okay, well, I want to test something then. Let's go back to normal. So I close this. Gonna get in another encounter. If the music's not set to something weird. Yeah, okay, so it's just the music set doesn't, like, do that music transition for whatever reason. Okay. Well, I found a reason. A cause. Okay, so... Okay, so that's the full set. This one's, like, super weird and different. Let's try it for a moment. Yeah, so this one doesn't do the transition either. Can I jump up here? That might be too high, actually. I don't think there are top of screen transitions. Yeah, that's too high to jump. Okay, well I had to try. Yep. Anyway, so let's subway back to ZALiA. Let's do it from Ruto. That might be closer. And right, there is still that... I mean, I guess since I'm right next to it, let's check that one screen with the fragment of whatever it was here. Yeah, I entered from the left there. Like there's some memory of place I entered from. Oh, I can do this with jump. I see. Now that I understand, I can jump on pillars. I'm also just 3 points away from a level. I did not understand that before. Alright, you. This is still kind of cumbersome, but I did it. 100. That's nice. Okay. Many old secrets resolved. Oops. Oops. Oh, I'll take that, sure. Alright, sorry, let's get that life spell. Sure, I'll take some healing. This is still feels way too energetic for town music. What even is this? What does this normally sound like? Nothing. This is an original track for the subway, I guess. Because changing the set doesn't change the music. Fascinating. Oops. To ZALiA. Alright, this one I can recognize because of the bridge. Okay, so let's explore this place properly now. Magic refill. A heart is hiding in Mordoge Swamp. That's good to know. I got that one. It was where the life was, right? Where the life would have been, I think. Not too busy to turn into a bat, though. Sometimes I forget who's the... Oh, you turned into a bot! Sometimes I forget who's the generic ones and who's the, sometimes you can't tell. There are occasionally the same sprites for both. Yep. Hi. In the cemetery! You're being specific about it. Hello. I'm gonna disturb you. Master is in woods and a river. Right, okay. So the standard error clue in case you still need it here. I appreciate that this tries to make itself clearly accessible to somebody who has not played the original game. This is a shop. Target game! And I pay with experience, okay? Yes. Link's moving on his own right now, by the way. Oh, it's this music! Ha! That's great! Alright, this one's cool. I can't move, I can only turn. Alright, so judge when things are coming. What the? Okay, so those don't hurt me. And I can miss. I have missed 2 so far. Do I need to perfect it for the heart? Yeah, so I think I got the second top tier prize. Alright, play again in a bit. This is cool. I want to see, is there an interpretation of that music in the original soundtrack? Or will it play like the Link to the Past version? Yes. Yes. Yes, okay. So reinterpretation. Neat. That's fun. So looking for 30. I'm assuming the pattern's always the same. Can't quite tell for sure. Actually, this looks different. Also, I missed one still. I think there may be some randomness involved, so I might just have to keep doing this till I get it. Without the ability to practice specific patterns. That's fine. 29. Off by 1, here's your prize. It's another 100, okay. I'm gonna guess that's 50 up there on the right for less than, I don't know, 25 or something? No. Who else's interpretation of this would I like to hear? How about Steel Crescent? Okay. This is very sparse so far. Right, and I can get them from behind if I have to. Here I do have to, okay. That's an important insight to have. It'll make impossible situations possible. I'm not used to monsters being able to safely move through me, which should be one reason I wouldn't have thought of that. There we go, 30. Cool. Oh hey, and that's another heart. Fantastic. Alright, good stuff. Where in the game? So normally at this point I would have 5 heart containers. Where's the next one after this? Is it in Death Mountain or is that magic? I just have to think for a bit to... Oh! You lost your mirror in the cemetery, right, okay. I was thinking one of those town cemeteries, but no, you mean outside. And if I cross the bridge, I'll be on the wrong side. Right, when I had the Ankaya overworld or whatever it was, I did see there was a cemetery there. Didn't really notice it on normal overworld tiles, though. Oh, that is on the other side. Right, okay. Alright. So I don't think I want to actually go to Death Mountain yet. I'll cross over, get the mirror, get the life spell, come back, and do this side of the river things. Like, sure, Death Mountain's cool and fun, but it needs to be its own thing. Just to check. Oh, I can see there's actually a... It's the kind of fountain that's like a statue spouting water. I didn't parse it that way on the NES. I don't think it was animated. I thought it was just like a big spout of water coming up. But it's actually a statue. Alright, mirror in cemetery. Hello, Riverman. I know Bagu. Builds from both sides here. This river house is a little bit larger. Whoa, yeah, what? So different Riverman, redrawn sprite, that's original. We got some, like, vines growing here. Okay, so when I know how to burn vines... Oh, probably with a fire spell. Come back to far side of ZALiA with fire spell, possibly. Okay. If I've gotten that all right, that's intuitive enough. It's probably that sandy tile. Oh boy, Moa and Daira. This is a lot. And red Daira. Yeah, it's fine. I say, really? I'm finishing this fight? I sure am. Moa's the one that's gonna kill me, though. Alright, that's fine. 1 life left. Don't have down stab, so you're a little harder to deal with than you would be otherwise. Yeah, sandy spots. Right, yeah, so graveyard encounters. Those are from, like, way later in the game, and that was a strong one. So, well, there's the mirror. I don't know, I guess this is just, like, a grave of someone she knows. The hero Erdrick. Well, that's a Dragon Warrior reference, I believe. At least that's where I've seen that name before. I can play as him. And I don't imagine that would do anything in particular, but just in case... There you are. Okay. I'm resting. Alright, nothing seemed to happen. That's fine. Had to try. I don't know. I know who I want to be. Okay. So I have mirror. Let's get life. And I want to return to the other side. I noticed... Oh, that's nice. I don't have to go back in for that. I noticed the little forest to the east of the bridge to ZALiA was kind of enclosed in its own little thing, so I think that's going to be an event there. I sure did. I'm at 344 already? Well, I've done a lot of extra stuff, so that makes sense. And you cast it on me, that's so nice. Oh, so it's heal instead of life, and it's smaller. Normally life restores 48 units, that looked like 40. So 2.5 instead of 3 containers. Boulder Circle, 3rd is northwest. Alright. Well, I don't think I wrote down the first two. First is southeast, second was east, third is northwest. I'll have to double check that, but this is a message to myself to get those into my notes. Okay, so where am I going out of town this way? And I guess here, let's try out this spell. It's also pretty expensive at Magic 4, but also I don't have a lot of magic containers yet. I'm ready to switch music again. Well, alright, I haven't tried this one yet. Today is just music sampling day. And once again, that transition doesn't play here for whatever reason. But here it will. No, actually. Huh. But there is combat music, or like cave music, I guess it is here. Just doesn't play for overworld encounters. So bridge will have the same thing? No? The bridge is a cave. So only one bridge actually goes to ZALiA now. This one you can't use, because it got surrounded by water. Okay, that's nice. And there's a little something to the east of here. But it's nothing. The sand's different. Oh, it's different all over. Okay, cool. Heart and Mortogay Swamp. I assume I got that, because I did go to the secret spot. And again, the clues here are intact for new players, so I think that's just the clue for that spot, because it's easy to miss if you don't know exactly where it is. But while I'm checking my Boulder Circle clues that I already got, I'll also check if the if a heart is what I got in that spot. I think because of the widescreen, those spawn at a different spot. The arc is the same, but the starting position relative to me is not. Alright, I'm gonna check something. I don't think there's an additional secret in this forest. I'm just thinking of the forest tile that had the magic container in it. But let me check. Yeah, okay. Doesn't seem like anything. Hello, fairies. Didn't get one of you. I got Gorias instead. I'll pass. Alright, and stuff over here looks as familiar. One of these caves is open, yeah, this one. And I guess actually the next step would be up here if I don't want the hammer before Swamp Palace, and I don't particularly. What the? Oh, I thought I was on the left, but no, I was on the right. I was playing as Goria for a moment, except I wasn't. Well, I guess the advantage of hammer before Swamp Palace, other than experience, would be downstab could be made available, probably. Originally this was a P-bag, and now it still is. Ooh, a 400! That's an exotic number. Alright, 3, 4, 5 is what I'm gonna have going into next time. Cool. Yeah, 400 doesn't exist. I get 50, 100, 200, 500, and that's all. But here they can do whatever they want. Alright, so yeah. All of that is just Midoro Swamp. Let's have some encounters here. Octorok and Moby as expected. Nothing special about that. And I guess I'm going to save in ZALiA? Really? Yeah. That's the closest. Because otherwise, well, no, there's the subway station, but yes, I would be setting off from, like, if that's the point where I can save from, that's the one I'm gonna do. Oops. You are susceptible to Sword Beam, that's what I thought. All moblins are, even the strong ones. That target game was pretty cool. Thinking about it with Moby's charging at me from both directions here. Yeah, you definitely start from way farther right, so screen edge, but the definition of what that means has changed. Alright, cool stuff. I'm still gonna probably call the Protect spell Shield and the Heal spell Life. You know what I mean. But yeah, I did get the Heal spell. Whoops! I waited too long and you slammed the door in my face. Alright, gotta follow really closely on her heals. Well, I'll heal first. Alright, let's try that again. Hi. Sorry, I was slow. This time will come in. My adventure's been recorded. Alright. This music is not bothering me right now, but I may change it when I start over again. Alright, see you next time for Midoro.